What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to LetsNot, and welcome to Pokemon Unite. Alrighty guys, so in case you're out of the loop, Pokemon Unite is a brand new spin-off MOBA game that's Pokemon. So think League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm, DOTA, SMITE, any of those games, but with Pokemon. So it was definitely it came out of left field. Nobody was really expecting it. But after playing it on stream and after playing quite a bit of the ranked mode and the standard modes, it's a blast and totally free to play game. Free to play game, right? But anyway, so what I want to do in this video is I want to tackle, is this game pay to win, right? So with any free to play game that releases, the first question you should really be asking yourself is, well, can I just buy my way to victory, right? Like, what can you get with money? What can you buy? Is it just cosmetics? Is it something that can actually affect the game? So that's what we're going to jump into. We're going to talk about, is this game free to play? And we're going to go through all of the different transactions and microtransactions available in this game, right? So let's go ahead and jump on into it. All right, so here we are on the main lobby screen. So I'm going to go ahead and actually jump over to the shops here. And the very first thing we need to understand is, first, there's 3 shops, right? And they all do something a little bit different. The very first shop is very self-explanatory. So we'll go into here, and it's going to be the shop where you buy your Pokemon, right? And Pokemon, you can kind of think of them as legends. You can kind of think of them as whatever, right? They're going to be the main characters you play as, right? Any MOBA is defined by the characters and what characters are available. So this is going to be the store where you come in and buy these characters, and they can be bought with 2 different types of currency, right? So I'm going to go ahead and jump in here and quickly explain the currency. So we have Aos Gems, which are going to be the cash shop. So if you actually want to spend money on the game, that's how you get Aos Gems. The next thing, and so far I've seen no other way to get them just by playing the game, right? So if you want Aos Gems, you're going to have to buy them. The next thing here, we have Aos Coins, which are going to be one of the 2 free-to-play currencies in the game. But there's kind of a problem here in that Aos Coins, outside of the ones you get from the events, just naturally by playing the game, you can only earn 2,100 per week. And yes, right now, since we're at the very beginning of the game, we're getting a bunch from events, trainings, tutorials, all this extra stuff. But once those sources dry up, this could actually be a huge issue. And we'll find out why in just a bit. But because you can only pick up 2,100 a week, this is it's a good currency. It can be used to buy heroes, but just not very quickly. And then finally, we have Aos tickets. These are actually super important. You get these for season rewards and ranked matches as well as events. But again, once those events are over, these kind of dry up as a source as well. You do get quite a few of them in the Battle Pass, though, and we'll talk a little bit about the Battle Pass here as well. But, so the very first thing that I want to talk about, right, is we have the champions. Now, something to point out, you get 1 champion when you start the game for free. There's a rotating list of champions that you can take into quick match, but not ranked battles, that you also are allowed to play, and then that list will kind of cycle out. Think kind of like what Brawlhalla or any of the other MOBAs do. I know Brawlhalla is not a MOBA, in that they have certain characters you can play for a week, and then those characters are gone. You never actually owned them, but you can kind of try them out and play with them while they're here, right? So that's going to be kind of like a cycling loop of characters available in the game. But again, they do give out quite a few number of free characters, right? So if you play the game for 14 days, complete some challenges, you get Venusaur for free, you end up getting Ninetales for free, you can get a Crustle for free by doing a lot of challenges, you can get a Greninja for free at the end of 14 days. So again, you do get a lot of free characters, but for actually buying the rest of the characters, it's expensive. It's expensive. So some of the characters are way more expensive than others. Like, so for example, if we take Gengar, very popular Pokemon, it's going to be about $6 if you want to buy him in real money, or it's going to take you 5 weeks to save up enough coins if we're just talking about the base coin rate and taking away the events. So is it pay to win? No, because you can earn any character and unlock any character just by playing the game. But because there's that 2,100 cap, right, that we saw here, it's going to limit your progress. You're going to be able to unlock characters very slow, right? So if there's a lot of nerfs and buffs and constantly shaking up the meta and your character was good and now it isn't, someone who has more characters will be able to perform better than you. So that is a little bit of a problem, but it still wouldn't be what I would consider pay to win. All right. So the next shop that we want to talk about is actually going to be this shop down here, and it's just going to be the cosmetic shop for your heroes, right? So in this case, Pokemon. Now, these, again, don't affect the game at all. They don't change your heroes' damage or anything like that. These are purely cosmetic. And yeah, some of them are way cheaper. Like this one's a couple bucks, and then this one's $20. So, you know, no idea what that is. No idea why that is. Like, but yeah, because I mean, this outfit looks great. So But just something to keep in mind that this is a thing. And yeah, I'd say this is probably all the things that cosmetics should be for. And these can only be bought with the real money, so which is fine. There's also this Hollowware exchange ticket. We're going to talk a little bit more about these, so I don't want to go into too much detail about these and what these do yet. But yeah, so basically you earn these in kind of a loot box system. I know you guys are all thinking, oh man, loot boxes, I'm out. We'll go into it. It's a loot box, but you can't buy the loot boxes. I'll explain. But now the most important shop, and here's where things get a little dicey, is going to be the Aos Emporium. So first off, there's a bunch of trainer cosmetics, which you literally don't even see your trainer in this game outside of like the start screen. Like you just don't see him in like the lobby queue screen. So like trainer cosmetics are so useless, but there's so many. So if you guys want to spend, and they're so expensive, like I'm going to pull up the Cramorant set here. Like it's like, you remember how much it costs to unlock a character? It's double that, right? And it's even more than the Mr. Mime costume, right? 1370 gems or event tickets. But again, you should not be spending event tickets on costumes for your trainer. Please do not spend them on costumes for your trainer. But anyway, so these sets can get extremely expensive. So just keep that in mind. Totally pointless. I would not recommend anybody spend either event tickets or gems on this, especially if you're free to play. Just don't do it. So yeah, this is all the fashion stuff. Again, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't affect the game. Yeah, that's fine. But here's what actually starts to matter, and here's why this game actually does fall into the pay to win. So when I was first playing this game, I thought, oh great, all this is cosmetic, none of this matters, right? But held items. So held items you can get with either the Aos coins, which you earn, or the event currency, which you earn, right? You don't buy either of these currencies. So initially when I was playing this, I thought, okay, that's great because you can get these held items, but you can't cash shop your way through it. And getting these items, again, some of them you get for free, is one thing. But what really matters is these items can all be upgraded to grant more stats, better abilities. It's insane how much you can actually upgrade these things. So, for example, all of these items upgrade with this little currency here, which is an item enhancer. And this is, if you guys are free to play, even if you're not, this is where every single one of your event tickets should be going, because these are so huge in that they will give you an actual advantage over other players having higher leveled items. Because like the more it's like, once you get the item level 10 or 20, you get like bonuses to the threshold, bonuses to the percent defense you get, bonuses to the extra attack you get. And again, these items, the percentages are pretty small, but they'll make a huge difference, right? Sometimes 1% extra damage is all you needed to win a fight, right? An entire team fight, an entire game can come down to 1% a MOBA. So even though those percents are small, having 1% extra over your opponent means it's not going to be a fair fight, right? So initially I thought this was fine because there was a limit on how many you can get, right? 180, like, so right now if I have 180 of these event tickets and I want to buy 8 of these, now I've got 8 item enhancers, right? And again, these are where all of these should be going. And that would be fine, because everybody's kind of limited in how many of these event tickets they can get. Obviously, if you spend money to get the battle pass, you get more tickets. But here's the issue, is if you don't have enough, say if I want to buy 50 of these, you can buy them with real world money. So I didn't actually think this was a possibility initially, but so here it says you require Aos tickets 400, add 40 Aos gems. And Aos gems are going to be the real world money, meaning that if you guys do spend money on this game, you can indeed, unfortunately, pay to win, right? So if I hit yes here, I get 50 coins and it costs me 40 real money gems, which is a little under $1. And that makes such a huge effect. We'll show you guys what those do, but it's really unfortunate because being able to speed level all of your held items means you'll just be able to perform at higher levels than other players. And if someone's free to play, you'll be so far ahead of them just because your item levels will be so much higher. And again, when Pokemon can hold 3 held items each, it takes a long time to upgrade some of these items, right? And then the rest of this, again, doesn't really matter. You've got battle point boosts that you can buy for event tickets or real world money. Same thing here with the with this guy here, which is going to be just getting extra Aos coins. But again, I'm pretty sure you're still stuck at your 2100 cap, so I don't really think this helps you too much. Finally, you can change your name, and you can get these extra energy tanks and energy boost tanks, right? Which they're going to allow you to do the loot box thing that we haven't gotten into yet. So let me go ahead and show you guys what that loot box looks like. Finally, there's fashion exchange. You can either get these tickets randomly, or you can also get these tickets by getting a duplicate cosmetic out of the loot box system. So let me jump over to what the loot box system is and show you guys that real quick. And then we'll talk about held items and why those matter, right? So the loot box system is actually going to be this guy here. So after every match, you get energy. But there's like a limited pool of energy you can pull from. So if we look over on the left, I have like 1,100 energy left. I assume once that runs out, I'm going to need to restock with an energy tank that I have to buy with event tickets or real money. Otherwise, I don't think I get to keep pulling from the loot box. But regardless, so this is where like that Talonflame costume is at and a bunch of other cosmetics like the hairstyle my character's wearing. But basically, you can just go in here. I hit exchange. There's a 30 limit per day. I don't know why that really matters. And then just like that, we got high top sneakers, right? So again, this is just going to be another loot box system in the game that just, it doesn't really matter, but just another thing that exists for some reason. I don't know why they have all these systems separated, but there are so many currencies, energy, tickets, coins, gems. They really did obfuscate this process, honestly, quite a bit. But yeah, on top of that, like I said, you do get quite a few free things, right? Just from leveling up, you get a bunch of free held items, event tickets, item enhancers. But again, you're going to have such a huge advantage being a pay to win player over a free to play player. The one last thing I want to talk about real quick here too before we get into the items is the Battle Pass. Battle Pass is actually really cheap. It's like $3, or there's like a $10 version where you can get 10 free passes. And if you guys are going to be absolute minimum investment in this game, this should be where that $3 goes. If you want to spend just a tiny bit, just like Fortnite, just like Apex, you get so much value out of the Battle Pass. The biggest value you get is going to be the Pikachu cosmetic. And then all of these event tickets and item enhancers are going to allow you to keep up with the other players in the game, right? The players who do have the Battle Pass. Because, again, enhancing items gives you such an incredible advantage. But yeah, you get a bunch of these event tickets, a bunch of these item enhancers, and then the final prize is actually the Cinderace skin, which looks really good. So, but yeah, you've got that. And then, of course, there's also like this over-leveling thing where if you over-level your Battle Pass, you can get some extra prize boxes. So again, the Battle Pass is so cheap that I'd recommend it. And again, because of the way held items work, which if we go over here to Battle Prep, and we go over to held items, we can see that held items actually make quite a difference, right? So if I go in here and I hit upgrade, so this one's actually pretty expensive upgrade. It's costing me 45 per, but now this is already granting me 8 extra attack if I were to upgrade this, and 4% almost basic attack speed, meaning that I'm going to attack faster than you, get more attacks off, and I'm going to hit harder, right? And on top of that, it just, for Pokemon like Machamp that have moves and other abilities that power up their basic attacks, it's huge, right? Just being able to have all of these things to make your Pokemon stronger, tankier, we're upgrading Rocky Helmet, so every time I get hit, you lose 4% of your max HP. Like, all of this is just such a small change, but the more and more you upgrade these, the bigger effect and role they will have on the game. So just something to keep in mind. Held items are definitely going to be one of the more pay-to-win objects in the game. And it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate because, like I said, for the longest time, I didn't know that you could actually just overgo what you have for event tickets and just buy them with coins. So is the game pay-to-win? Yes, the held items are definitely pay-to-win. It is unfortunate. Just because there's so many of them and so many different Pokemon need different ones, but being able to like max up all of your held items to level 20 with money, and when everybody else that's free to play is like on level 5 items or level 6 items, you're just going to have a huge advantage over other players. So, you know, it is unfortunate, but it is the state of the game, and it's a very good game, don't get me wrong. I really am enjoying the game, and I think it's going to, hopefully it lasts around for a while. It's definitely a great entry for those of you who have never played a MOBA before, because League of Legends, Dota, they're very daunting games. They take a lot to learn. These games are 10-minute matches, and it's a great way to get into MOBAs while also, you know, playing Pokemon. So, but that's it, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, please remember to leave a like. And if you guys want to see more Pokemon Unite content, and you guys want to come join me in playing the game on my live streams, definitely hit that subscribe button. All right, that's gonna be all, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for stopping in.